Good morning. So I'm trying something different. It's the last day of the year. I have this gear and I'm learning how to use it clearly already, making mistakes. Let's go. Subject lost. There we go. Yeah, so I might as well take you on my morning routine with me that I'm going to try and do every day. Here we go. Watch. Put in the code. Wow, having problems. I'm tired. Workout. There we go. Boom. Okay, so it is 6:35 in the morning on Saturday, the 30th. It's not New Year's Eve. And it's 50 something degrees, which is pretty crisp for Miami. And I don't know. I woke up inspired to talk. I woke up wanting to. I'm overwhelmed. Things are going pretty good, but not well enough. The work is getting good, but starting to get repetitive again. I'm not done yet. I have about 6 or 7 to go. But I was thinking a lot about all this work that I do. I wrote something about this already, and you may have read it. Thinking a lot about what is the value of any of this stuff that we do. Both the stuff that you buy from me and the stuff that I make, which oftentimes hold the same meaning. As much as this is how I make my living, I wouldn't say that money connects me more or less to any one project. Sometimes the paid ones are the best ones, creatively and emotionally. But what I think is missing is the attention and the care. Why are we making it? I know we're making it for ourselves, but we live in a world where, dare I say it, content. Every time I say content, I'm going to say fuck content, fuck content. Content is really important because we live in this world of social networks and advertising and influence, the algorithms, and I'm going to be really shy when people walk by, so I'm going to be quiet for just a minute. There's one. I got one more to go. All right. You see, because I am now that piece of shit douchebag with a camera talking to it in public. Why? One, because there is some level of therapy to doing this. 2, because that therapy might connect me closer to somebody, make some more, better, and deeper friends, maybe. Who the fuck knows? Um, I don't know how to grow this business. I'm trying. But I'm also not getting out there and talking to people anymore. I will admit, years of working in nightclubs and doing massive amounts of illegal substances that probably should be legal but are nonetheless bad for some people, wiped me out. Took away a lot of the fun of it. And I don't know really why I go out anymore. I don't go out anymore. Going out tonight though, because there's some music that I really want to see. See, going out for the music. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Oh, here comes somebody else. Wait. One day, I'll have the chutzpah. Yeah, I got a look from them. Haha. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know if it's in Miami. I don't think it's in Miami. But then I talk to people who are killing it in Miami, and they tell me it is. So, I guess, yeah, first question for you, if you've gotten this far. How the fuck do I do it here in Miami? I don't think my future lies in shooting music. I'm 47. I'm going to be 48. That doesn't make me love this music any less. But I'm not fucking Dubfire. I love you, Ali. I'm not making 5 figures or close to 5 figures or even 6 figures for a night of work. I'm lucky if I make 4. It's just a lot of work in a younger man's game for a younger man's amount of money that I will do on occasion because I do still love it. But all the networking there. Well, to be honest, all that networking there is still paying a good amount of my bills. I work with a lot of artists, and my rates have risen significantly over the course of the past 6 or 7 years. But there's still more. I'm a grown-ass man living in a city where a man my age, I don't know, feel insecure about what I have to accomplish, and how I feel about other people's perception of that, which is fucking stupid, right? Because I have no idea what other people perceive, and if you're watching this, you probably don't perceive me the way I believe myself to be. By the way, I'm gonna flip this around. I do this every morning. This is fucking beautiful. Check this out. Not that. Figured to pop around when I stand behind a tree. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of pretty. All right. Wait, I need to lock it on me again. Let's see. See, I'm learning to be a videographer. So yeah, I haven't made the plan yet, but I'm thinking of getting the fuck out of here for the month of February. I have a couple of things scheduled for January, so I can't just get up and go, especially because they're at the end of the month and I've taken deposits for them. And I could give the deposits back, but these are people who found me, believe in me, planned with me. Yeah, so that's not happening. It sure is interesting taking this walk with my arm extended like that. Yeah, I was thinking about, my first thought was Tulum, right? Why not Tulum? Tulum is in Mexico, therefore inexpensive or less expensive. Hold on, I'm putting the wide lens on this thing. How about that? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about it in great part because there is an electronic music community there. So even if they don't know who I am, I can show off a little bit and maybe just gain some rep off of my gear. Oh, look at that. See, I'm talking as people walk by. I'm more confident already. Yeah, I was thinking of that. It's my third year working at the Art With Me festival. And while this year I was just overworked, there were less of us and more to do. And I felt like I didn't get to stop and smell the roses as much as I have in the past. And that was what I was really looking forward to this year, because I also participated in quite a few conscious community events and wellness events. And for the first time in my life, probably thanks to 2 years prior at Art With Me and seeing it firsthand, started to stop being such a fucking cynical skeptic about that stuff. And when I've allowed a little bit of that into my life, I've been a lot happier. And I felt like there's a lot more out there for me. So, a lot of that going on in Tulum. That's for damn sure. Yeah, so that was my thought. And it's still there. But then somebody that I actually worked with in the conscious community said something to me about Mexico City. That they have a place in Mexico City and a room. Now, first of all, I love Mexico. I love Spanish-speaking people, so it's not that difficult. I farted twice, by the way. I don't know if you've heard it. That's fucked up. If you didn't hear it, then I just outed myself. Yeah, and that one could be really good because they see Mexico City as a growing fashion capital of the world. At the very least, South American. What else do you have? You have Sao Paulo in Brazil, maybe Buenos Aires, and Mexico City. Not that I could penetrate that industry in 30 days, but it's not that fucking far from Miami. And to go and have somebody there who has been there, who can introduce me to some people even not in that industry, I just feel like that's a good way to get in. And a city. I love Miami, but Miami is not a fucking city. Sorry, people. It's not teeming with variety in a concentrated area. To me, that's what a city is. If I want to change my vibe in New York, I can walk 100 feet. Same thing in other real cities. Miami's dope. But you got to get in a car if you want to change your vibe in many cases. I'm tired of that. I like having it all around me, head on a swivel. Once again, I digress. So I'm trying to figure it out. This Mexico City thing, we haven't actually had a real conversation about it, but it doesn't seem like what I want. Meaning, I think the room's only available for 2 weeks. I don't think 2 weeks is enough time to truly explore a place and not be like a tourist. Turista. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. I have the whole month of February. And I'm a little bit, I don't want to say cheap, but thoughtful with how I spend my money. And like, unless I'm hopping a cheap flight to another South American country, that's an idea. But even so, 2 weeks, it's a vacation. I'm not looking to take a vacation. It'll be a vacation of the soul, I think, because I'm not here. But I'm not looking to go on vacation. I love this chill. You can fucking breathe the air. The great outdoors! If you get that, you get points. These two old guys, I see them every morning. They're cute. They're probably gonna think this young whippersnapper with his video capture device. Why did I put on a southern accent? They're probably Americans or old Russian men. Yeah, who knows? How about I stop making assumptions? So then a third idea came up. Because yo comprendo español. Más gringos. I think that's right. More than most white people. I can surely have a basic conversation. I understand a lot of Spanish. Always try to speak more of it. I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but 6 months to a year of really immersing in it, I got this. So, what's another option? Spain. All right, that's a mile. Spain. Another benefit of Spain is similar to that of Tulum. Electronic music industry. Once again, I'm not looking to dive back in, and I'm probably way too expensive at this point for anybody to really want me to be there on a regular. But it's an entry into the culture of a city. It did it for me here in Miami. I just got a little carried away. Didn't look for anything else other than that. And then when I stopped looking for that, I found myself lost. So I thought of Spain, and that immediately made me think of a handful of people that I could reach out to, ask some questions, maybe like, see, I don't like asking people for shit. Why? I don't know why. I'm so willing to do for others. Even if I'm secretly angry, I'll probably do it. Don't use that against me. Don't start asking me for shit. I'm like, Spain sounds fucking cool. And Spain is a door to Europe. And I know people all throughout there. I've never been. Believe that? I've never been over there. with a camera nonetheless. All right, say hello to these guys. I farted again as I walked right past them. Why am I so gassy? It was silent, but I might have left them a little gift. Oh, here, wait, look at this. So pretty. It's actually prettier in the evening because the sun sets over there. And every now and then I do a second walk or a little bit of a run. I'm not running this whole way yet, and I'm definitely not running with this thing in my hand. I'm all over the place. Yeah, what about Spain? So I reached out to my boy Masa, who, like, to be honest, not only one of the most talented photographers I know, but the dude should be a fucking superstar in the fashion world. His work is beautiful. His mind is insane. And he's so much fun to be around. Maza Canteras, Mazzacanteras. Do yourself a favor and look that dude up. I know him from New York so many years ago. We met. That's a story I haven't figured out how to tell yet. It involves ex-girlfriends and yada, yada, yada. But dude is mad talented. We connected over our mutual love for hip-hop. And I was a baby. I've been taking pictures for a year. And I see this dude who's just fucking brilliant. And become friends with him. Had an opportunity to set up lights and shoot behind the scenes on the shoot for him. And I know that he moved to Spain because he feels like he's hit a wall of growth. And it's funny, when I'm not thinking about myself, which is not that often, it's interesting that somebody with the talent and, at least from my perspective, success that Maza has had is feeling similar things as me. Growing out of his clothes, so to speak, wanting more, wanting to find a place where he can be welcomed and comfortable and confident. So what I do, I message Maza. Hey man, you in Barcelona? No, I'm in Madrid. Oh dude, I'm thinking of spending February someplace else. And Spain is on my list. Oh man, come here, we can do it together. Holy shit, this dude, I mean, like, we're not competing for the same dollar. Because if I had $5 and Maza cost 10, but I cost 5, you go find $5 and you fucking pay 10 and get Maza. But that's somebody that you work for, you work with, you learn, you grow, you have a friend, a kindred spirit. I like that idea. What I do next? I text Giancarlo. Giancarlo was like one of the first people here in Miami who was a real friend, believed in me, and I'm sure stuck their neck out for me on more than one occasion. And Giancarlo is everybody's friend at Heart Nightclub for many years. And, you know, it's been enough time since then. I'll say it out loud. Maybe I'm a dick, maybe I'm not. I mean, I fucking love all those guys, and they will all have a place in my heart. The good ones, the bad ones, and in between. heart get it. But I think part of the reason that club started to decline was because Giancarlo had to leave the country. And there are many nightclubs where everybody's working their ass off and everybody has a role to play. And one of those roles is the host that everybody loves. And that's Giancarlo. But Giancarlo moved back to Peru and now in Barcelona and Ibiza. And we don't keep in nearly as much contact as we should, but like life takes you in different directions, right? But I can tell you, I texted him yesterday and got a response in 5 seconds. Hey man, thinking of spending at least February in Spain. I'd love to pick your brain a little bit. Can we talk next week? Happy New Year. Of course, bro. Of course, bro. So that's a thing. It's maybe a little bit more expensive to make Spain an experiment. And like I said, I'm trying to be smarter with how I spend my money. But I can tell you, and I love South America, and I love Mexico. Success in Europe feels cooler than success on this side of the world. Maybe it's because I already live on this side of the world. Maybe it's because I feel like Europe is a gateway to more. I mean no disrespect to my South American, Latino brothers and sisters, but I feel like there's less of a difference between Argentina and Peru than there is between France and Italy and Germany and Amsterdam. And for an ADD guy like me, who just loves all different shit from all different angles, I don't know. I'm not saying the flavors are the same, because they're not. I know the difference between Argentinian and Mexican food and Cuban food. I'm not just talking about food. Anyway, I'm pretty fucking lost on all this stuff. I don't know where I am. I'm ranting. I'm just trying to keep talking until I'm done with this. Let's see. Camera in hand. Am I on pace? No, I'm like two to 3 minutes behind. Look at these dudes. Always here on my morning walk. Yeah. Hey, buddies. Hey, I'm a duck. Say hello to your mother for me. So yeah, I think I started writing about, or talking about, what do I do with all this work? Because we all know this, but if you allow your self-worth to be determined by your success on social platforms, you're destined for depression. You're destined to become something that isn't you. There are some people, I think, who are quote-unquote authentic and get all of the wonderful flowers that come with it. But it doesn't really work for me. I'm trying right now. Like, is anybody going to watch this? If not, was it worth it? I don't know, it feels good right now. Where am I going to put a 40-minute video? I know where, fucking YouTube. Shit, every video on YouTube is like 30 plus minutes now. Like, can I get information on a topic in 5 minutes or less, YouTube? Please? Um, yeah, so I don't know. I felt like it sucks that I have to put a 46 megapixel image that even when exported at 50% resolution is at least 100 times more sharp than what Instagram offers or what a typical website like Facebook or any apps for that matter. One, I think my work looks better, slightly larger, because I'm a resolution whore. Two, I hate that it gets swiped. Oh, there you go. Exercise ring closed. Thank you, Siri. Yeah. Think about, I just feel like I put so much into that work. And then it's just like you dump it off. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. And oftentimes I feel a great sense of loss and depression when I'm completely finished with a shoot. I did the work, made the connection, had the creative highs, sometimes the creative lows. Spent the time alone with the work afterwards to reflect on it, to clean it up, to make it look the way I want. Thought about how I want to publish it on these stupid fucking social networks. And it's gone. Do you know how many times I have posted this year inviting people who I worked with as collaborators to the posts and they didn't accept it? Why didn't they accept it? I know why. Because it doesn't fit into their whatever bullshit. And that alone doesn't mean they didn't like it. Doesn't mean they didn't enjoy the experience. But I don't make work to be consumed 6 years from now. I mean, I would love if you were still consuming the work 6 years from now that I made today. But I want to bask in the process and the afterglow of that process, and hopefully the acceptance of that process, both good and bad, immediately after it. I would imagine most artists do. There I go, calling myself an artist again. But yeah, I think this work deserves more than a little square on a little app, on a little screen, on a little phone, only to be pushed past again, or sometimes double tapped, or for like 1,000 bots to like and leave great job comments. Every now and then I'll post something and the algorithm will appreciate it more. I don't know. I'll get a little bit of engagement and that feels fucking amazing. But it still doesn't feel like I'm giving the work the respect it deserves. So I did something different this year, which I'm now going to have to do every year with every shoot and go back retroactively and try and get them all up. But I put every photo that I delivered for that shoot up on my website, on the blog. I hate the word blog, but what else do I freaking call it? because it's not my portfolio. Well, it is my portfolio, right? It's just not as curated. It's everything. But then I'm sitting in those moments in my head. In some cases, I'm going back to the raw files because while I don't keep everything, I keep all my level 1 selects. And like Photoshop, Lightroom, my editing skills, my eye are so much better now. I can go back and re-edit some old stuff and it looks great. But yeah, just trying to give the respect to that work. And I know it's only been a week, but I'm doing this and I feel really good about all that I have accomplished this year. I feel really good about many of the shoots and a handful of the connections I made through this year. It's also conjured up some frustrations, as it should. Because, right, you can't have all sweet or all salt or whatever the hell Tom Cruise said in that movie. But I can also tell you, sending that link to the person that I worked with afterwards and getting a response, a thank you, a that's so sweet, a that was a wonderful experience, I'm glad it meant something to you. Having a brief, more personal conversation, even if only via text message, towards the end of the year to commemorate something that we did together this year. It feels really fucking good, man. That lets me know that I'm on the right track. And that's in great part why I'm doing this. Good morning. Hi. Look at the dog. I love dogs. Yeah. Feels pretty good. But I'm overwhelmed by the, what's the word? It's not unsurety. The mystery, the lack of knowledge of what's next, and the desire to keep growing. The desire to get to a point where I'm not that worried about where my next meal is coming from. That's a lot of fucking stress. I don't need to be a baller. But I feel like I'm working hard enough, and my work is good enough for me not to have to worry about where I live. For me to take a little, to revel in the success every now and then, and stop and slow down and have a moment where I can reflect, recollect, bask in some of my successes. I haven't done that in 10 years. I have made the mistake of basking and working at the same time. Thank you, nightlife. But that's not the same. I really don't know if I have very much more to say right now. I talk a lot, but I don't think I talk for 38 minutes straight, typically. So, if you've made it this far, and I don't completely repulse you, I guess I'll ask for a favor. Well, you don't need to call it a favor. Help me out. If you know somebody that needs photos, I mean proper photos. I'm not coming to shoot your party for $100. I love you, but come on. I'm a grown-ass man. How am I supposed to make a living the way that I have thus far, continuing to make less than minimum wage? Because you want to pay me $100 for a 3-hour party, then I got to go edit for another 3 hours. That's $20 or less an hour. I'm not that guy. My work is better than that. My experience is better than that. My heart and commitment to my craft and to delivering you your product and then some is better than that. So once again, if you have any thoughts on how I can achieve any of these goals that I've meandered and rambled about over the past 40 minutes, shoot me a message. Leave me a comment. Like and subscribe. No, I don't even know if I'm putting this anywhere that I need you to do that yet. Oh, I see the lights coming out. Now there's groups of people. I'm getting shy again. I guess just ignore them, right? Yeah. It's the 30th. Oh. I'm gonna go enjoy some music tonight. Probably stay home and sleep through the new year, which is not sad. That just means I'm gonna be up at the fucking crack of dawn doing this again without the camera. But get my ass in shape. I don't know if this was all about me, but how can we, in the final moments of my walk, make it about you? While I surely see I'm whispering because there's somebody here. Hold on. Yeah, so it's crisp. I love it. So, of course, I would love to hear from you. If you have any input, insight, connections, opportunities, thoughts, etc., etc., etc. But I've lived a hell of a life myself already. If you're watching this and you have any questions, or you really liked some of this and you want more of it, how can I help you? That's also something I've tried very hard to do this year, and I think it's a big part of my success of the year. While I'm surely bitching about people taking money or expecting more from me for less, I also have made a concerted effort to say yes a lot more. And it has benefited me immensely this year. So please, it's not all selfishness. So yeah, what can I do to help you? Are you a photographer? Are you an artist? Are you a creator? Are you a freelancer? You want to know more about my bullshit? Want to know more about what I've been doing? How I've gotten to this fucked up point where I feel like I'm at. I don't know if I've hit the midpoint yet, but I think I got my 10,000 hours past me now. Who the hell knows? But I am not going to end this video feeling sorry for myself, that's for sure. All right. I love you. Some of you I don't, but I want to. I have good energy to put out into the world. I just want to be loved Is that so wrong? These are all old man references, by the way. If you don't get them, you can call me daddy. And that's really it. I'm at like 45 minutes. I think that's long enough for this first and maybe last video. Happy New Year. And let's hope if I don't do another one of these until a year from now, that it's not only produced a hell of a lot better, but less complaining and more looking back and sharing amazing experiences with you all. Thank you again. Happy New Year, peoples.